Imagine this. It's a regular evening at home and suddenly, boom, the power's out. No lights, no Wi-Fi, no clue when it's coming back. Here's the thing, blackouts are no longer rare. Across the US and Canada, extreme weather, aging grids, and surging energy demands are pushing power systems to the brink. In this video, I'll share 13 must-know steps to prepare for the next blackout, covering food, water, electronics, and even what to do when your phone and generator fail. Don't wait until it's too late, hit subscribe, and let's get prepared together. Step 1. Understand your blackout risk zone. The first step to being blackout ready is understanding your risk zone. Where you live plays a massive role in the type of power outages you might face and how severe they could be. Blackouts aren't one size fits all. They vary depending on your region's climate, infrastructure, and even the time of year. Take Texas, for example. If you're a Texan, you've likely experienced or heard about the infamous 2021 winter storm that left millions without power. The state's power grid, designed primarily for extreme heat, wasn't prepared for freezing temperatures. Families were left stranded in their homes with no heat, no water, and no way to escape the icy conditions. It wasn't just a one-off event either. Experts warned that with climate change and unpredictable weather patterns, similar scenarios could happen again. Now let's head north to Canada. If you're in provinces like Ontario, Quebec, or Nova Scotia, your biggest threat might not be heat, but ice storms and high winds. In 2023, a devastating ice storm in Montreal brought down thousands of trees and power lines, leaving over 1 million people without electricity. Some residents were in the dark for nearly a week, with blocked streets and no access to heat, hot water, or even phone service. And if you're in the Midwest or New England, you could face a double whammy: summer heat waves that overload the grid and winter storms that paralyze entire regions. In July 2024, parts of Illinois and New York experienced rolling blackouts during a heat dome, leaving homes sweltering in silence, while hospitals scrambled to keep backup generators running. The takeaway? Blackouts are no longer rare or isolated events. They're happening more frequently and in more places than ever before. That's why it's crucial to know your region's specific risks. Research the most common disasters in your area, whether it's hurricanes, ice storms, or heat waves, and ask yourself, if the power went out tomorrow, would I be ready for what's most likely to happen here? Take a moment to drop a comment below and share where you're from and what kind of power outages are most common in your area. Your insights could help others prepare better. Step 2. Build a 72-hour survival kit. Once you know your risks, the next step is to prepare a 72-hour survival kit. Think of this as your blackout starter pack, a collection of essentials to keep you and your family safe and comfortable for at least 3 days without power. Why 72 hours? Because that's often how long it takes for emergency services to reach everyone after a major disaster. Start with the basics: water and food. You'll need at least 1 gallon or 4 liters of water per person per day. This isn't just for drinking, it's also for brushing your teeth, washing up, and even making that all-important cup of coffee. For food, stock up on non-perishable items like canned beans, peanut butter, energy bars, and tuna. And don't forget a manual can opener. Trust me, you don't want to be staring at a can of soup like it's a locked treasure chest. Next, think about lighting. Flashlights and extra batteries are a must, but LED headlamps are even better. They free up your hands, making it easier to navigate your home or prepare meals in the dark. Battery-powered lanterns are also great for lighting up entire rooms, and some even come with USB ports to charge your phone. A first aid kit is another essential. Include basics like bandages, antiseptic, painkillers, and any prescription medications your family needs. And don't overlook personal hygiene items like toothbrushes, wipes, hand sanitizer, and feminine products. Just because the power's out doesn't mean you have to sacrifice cleanliness. Here's a pro tip: pack a few glow sticks. They're cheap, safe, and perfect for low-light navigation without the fire risk of candles. Speaking of candles, avoid them if you can. They're a fire hazard and can make small spaces uncomfortably warm, especially in summer. Finally, don't forget cash. In a blackout, ATMs and card machines might not work, so having small bills on hand can be a lifesaver. Here's a quick challenge for you. After this video, take 5 minutes to audit your home. Check your drawers, cabinets, and storage spaces. Could you survive 3 days without leaving your house or opening the fridge? Let us know in the comments what unexpected items you already have in your emergency kit, or what you realize you're missing. Step 3. Prepare reliable lighting solutions. When the power goes out, one of the first things you'll notice is how disorienting the dark can be. Stumbling around your home, stubbing your toe on furniture, or trying to find the bathroom can quickly turn into a frustrating and even dangerous experience. That's why having reliable lighting solutions is a blackout essential. Start with LED flashlights. Forget the old dusty flashlight in your junk drawer that drains batteries like a thirsty camel. Invest in high-lumen models that are either rechargeable or use common batteries like AA or AAA. Keep at least one flashlight in every major room of your house so you're not scrambling to find one in the dark. For hands-free lighting, headlamps are a game changer. Sure, they might look a little dorky, but they're incredibly practical. Whether you're cooking, fixing something, or just trying to navigate your home, a headlamp lets you keep your hands free while lighting your way. Battery-powered lanterns are another must-have. They provide a soft, ambient glow that can light up an entire room, making them perfect for family gatherings or bedtime routines during a blackout. Some models even come with USB ports to charge your devices, which is a huge bonus when your phone battery is running low. And here's a clever hack: solar-powered garden lights. These inexpensive lights can be charged outside during the day and brought indoors at night. They're renewable, cost-acquisible, and surprisingly bright. While candles might seem like a romantic or old-school option, they're not ideal. They pose a significant fire risk and can make small spaces uncomfortably warm. If you must use candles, keep them on stable surfaces, out of reach of children and pets, and never leave them unattended. Here's a fun experiment. Tonight, turn off your main power switch for 30 minutes and see how well you can navigate your home. This Lights Out challenge will quickly reveal any gaps in your lighting preparedness. Step 4. Invest in backup power solutions. Relying solely on the power grid in 2025 is like driving a car without a spare tire. It's fine until something goes wrong, and then you're stuck. Every year, millions of people across North America experience power outages that last hours or even days. During that time, food spoils, phone batteries die, and essential devices stop working. That's why investing in backup power is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. Start small with a portable power bank. These compact devices can charge your phone multiple times, keeping you connected during a short-term outage. Make sure to keep it fully charged and test it every few months to ensure it's ready when you need it. For more extensive needs, consider a solar generator or battery backup system. These systems can power essential appliances like your refrigerator, Wi-Fi router, medical devices, and even a few lights. Brands like Bluetti, EcoFlow, and Jackery offer models with built-in solar panels allowing you to recharge without relying on gas. If you live in an area prone to frequent or long-term outages, a traditional gas generator is a powerful option. Just remember to store fuel safely and never run the generator indoors. Carbon monoxide poisoning is a silent killer. Test your generator regularly so you're not caught off guard when you need it most. And here's a tip many people overlook. Your car battery can serve as a backup power source in a pinch. With the right inverter, you can use it to charge small devices or even power a lamp. It's not a long-term solution, but in an emergency, it can make a big difference. The key to thriving during a blackout is preparation. Ask yourself now, not later, if the grid went down tonight, do I have the power to keep my life running? If not, it's time to take action. Step 5. Shield your electronics from power surges. When the power goes out, most people focus on staying warm, keeping the fridge running, or finding light sources, but what about your electronics? The moment the power comes back on can be even more dangerous than the blackout itself. Why? Because power surges don't knock, they barge in uninvited. And they can destroy your expensive devices in seconds. Think about it. Your TV, laptop, Wi-Fi router, gaming console, and even your refrigerator are all vulnerable to sudden electrical spikes. A single surge can fry their circuits, leaving you with costly repairs or replacements. So, how do you protect your electronics before and after a blackout? First, unplug all major electronics as soon as the power goes out. This includes your computer, television, router, gaming systems, and any other devices you can't afford to lose. It might feel like overkill, but it's a simple step that can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For devices that need to stay plugged in, like your refrigerator or home office setup, invest in high-quality surge protectors. But here's the catch. Surge protectors don't last forever. Many people don't realize that these devices have a lifespan, and older models may no longer provide adequate protection. If your surge protector is more than 5 years old, it's time to replace it. Want to take it a step further? Consider smart surge protectors. These advanced models come with features like automatic shutoff and power monitoring, which not only protect your devices but can also help reduce your energy bill. Now, here's a pro tip most people overlook. When the power comes back on, don't rush to plug everything back in. Wait a few minutes to let the grid stabilize. Jumping the gun is like revving a car engine right after a major repair. It's risky and unnecessary. If you work remotely or run a business from home, this step is even more critical. A single surge could wipe out important data or damage essential equipment, costing you far more than just frustration. Think of surge protection as insurance for your electronics. It's not flashy, but when the lights flicker back on, you'll be glad you took the time to prepare. Step 6. Keep your food and water safe. When the power goes out, your fridge and freezer quickly go from being your food's best friend to its worst enemy. Without electricity, the clock starts ticking, and most people underestimate just how fast food can spoil. The USDA estimates that a refrigerator stays cold for about 4 hours without power, while a freezer might last 24 to 48 hours if it's packed and unopened. So, how do you keep your food and water safe during a blackout? Let's break it down. Before the blackout, stock up on non-perishable foods like canned beans, soups, pasta, rice, and oats. These items don't require refrigeration and can keep you fed for days. Don't forget a manual can opener. Electric ones are useless when the power's out. If you have a deep freezer, keep it as full as possible. A packed freezer stays colder longer, acting like a giant ice chest. During the blackout, the golden rule is simple. Keep the fridge and freezer doors closed as much as possible. Every time you open the door, you let cold air escape, speeding up the spoilage process. To extend the life of your freezer, freeze bottles of water ahead of time. These act as ice packs, keeping your food cold longer, and once they melt, you've got extra drinking water. Speaking of water, don't assume your tap will be safe during a blackout. Water treatment systems can fail, especially in prolonged outages. Always have at least 1 gallon, 11 per person per day for drinking and sanitation. FEMA recommends a minimum 3 days supply, but having more is always better. And don't forget about your pets. They need water too. If the situation gets dire, water purification tablets, portable filters, or a life straw can be lifesavers. These tools ensure you have access to clean drinking water, even if your usual sources are compromised. After the blackout, check your food carefully before consuming it. If something smells off or has been at room temperature for more than 2 hours, it's safer to throw it out. No one wants to deal with food poisoning on top of a power outage. Here's a quick challenge. If the power went out for 48 hours today, what's the one thing in your fridge you'd be most upset to lose? For me, it's ice cream, always. Let us know your answer in the comments. Step 7. Prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. When the power goes out, staying warm and cooking food become top priorities. But in the rush to solve these problems, many people make a deadly mistake. They use generators, grills, or camp stoves indoors. This can lead to carbon monoxide, CO, poisoning, a silent killer that's responsible for numerous deaths during blackouts. Carbon monoxide is invisible, odorless, and deadly. It can build up quickly in enclosed spaces, and you won't even realize it's there until it's too late. In fact, CO poisoning is one of the leading causes of death during extended power outages. Take the 2021 winter blackout in Texas, for example. Dozens of people died, not from the cold, but from CO poisoning. Families brought generators or grills indoors to stay warm, unknowingly filling their homes with toxic gas. So how do you protect yourself and your loved ones? Rule number 1, never under any circumstances run a gas generator indoors, in a garage, or even near an open window. Generators should always be placed at least 20 feet away from doors, windows, or vents. The same goes for grills, gas heaters, and camping stoves. These are for outdoor use only. Rule number 2, invest in a carbon monoxide detector with a battery backup. These devices are inexpensive, widely available, and can save your life. If you already have one, test it regularly to make sure it's working. Rule number 3, know the symptoms of CO poisoning. Early signs include headache, nausea, dizziness, and confusion. If anyone in your home shows these symptoms during a blackout, get outside immediately and call 911. It's easy to think that won't happen to me, but during a crisis, good judgment can slip. The stress, cold, and frustration of a blackout can lead to poor decisions, and one mistake can turn a survival plan into a tragedy. Blackouts are temporary, but the consequences of CO poisoning can be permanent. Take this step seriously. It's one of the most important on this list. Here's a quick action item. After this video, check your carbon monoxide detector. If you don't have one, make it the first thing you add to your shopping list. It's a small investment that could save your life. Step 8, stay connected when the grid goes silent. Imagine this: no Wi-Fi, no cell service, and no way to know what's happening outside your front door. In a blackout, your phone can quickly go from being a lifeline to just an overpriced flashlight. When cell towers go down or get overwhelmed and internet service becomes unreliable, staying connected becomes a real challenge. Staying connected becomes a real challenge. That's why communication readiness is about more than just keeping your phone charged. It's about having multiple layers of backup to ensure you're never completely cut off. Here's how to prepare. Start with power. Invest in a high-capacity power bank, ideally one with at least 20,000 multiple times during an extended outage. For extra security, look for models with built-in solar panels so you can recharge them without relying on an outlet. Don't forget your car as a backup power source. Make sure you have a working USB adapter or built-in charging port in your vehicle, but be cautious not to drain your car battery completely. Next, think old school. A NOAA emergency radio is a must-have. These radios are battery-powered or hand-cranked and can pick up AM/FM and weather bands, ensuring you stay informed even when modern communication systems fail. First responders rely on these radios for a reason. They work when nothing else does. Plan for offline communication. Write down important phone numbers and addresses on paper. In today's digital age, most of us don't memorize contact details anymore, but having a physical list can be a lifesaver. Designate an out-of-town family member or friend as a check-in point in case local networks are down. Bonus tip: apps like Zello can turn your phone into a walkie-talkie when Wi-Fi is available but cell networks are overloaded. It's a great tool for regional outages and can help you stay in touch with loved ones. When disaster strikes, silence isn't just inconvenient, it's dangerous. Ask yourself, if your phone died right now, could you still reach someone or get help? If the answer is no, it's time to build your communication plan. Let us know in the comments, do you have a backup radio or power bank, or are you just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best? Step 9, plan for medications and special needs. It's easy to stock up on flashlights and canned goods, but what about the essentials that keep you or your loved ones alive? For millions of people, surviving a blackout isn't just about comfort, it's about managing medical needs. If you or someone in your household relies on daily medications, medical devices, or specialized care, your emergency plan needs to be airtight. Start with medications. Always keep at least a 1-week supply of essential prescriptions like insulin, blood pressure medication, inhalers, or EpiPens. Rotate your stock regularly to ensure everything stays within its expiration date. Store medications in a cool, dry, and waterproof container, especially if you live in areas prone to flooding or extreme heat. For temperature-sensitive meds like insulin, preparation is critical. Keep a small insulated cooler and ice packs in your freezer at all times. For longer outages, consider investing in a portable, battery-powered mini fridge or a USB-powered cooler that can connect to a solar generator. These options can provide short-term cooling and prevent life-threatening situations. If you use powered medical devices such as oxygen concentrators, CPAP machines, or dialysis equipment, a backup power source is non-negotiable. Talk to your doctor or device provider about options and check if your area has a power-dependent patient registry. These registries can help emergency services prioritize assistance during widespread outages. Don't forget about other vulnerable groups. Infants, seniors, and people with disabilities or mental health needs may require additional support. They need help moving. Do they rely on a caregiver? These are questions to address before the lights go out. Create a go bag with printed instructions, emergency contacts, and a daily medical schedule. In the chaos of a blackout, even simple routines can be forgotten, so having everything written down can be a lifesaver. Crisis doesn't create compassion, it reveals it. Take a moment to think beyond your own needs. Who in your family, neighborhood, or community might need extra help during a blackout? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you or someone you know rely on medical equipment or medications that need power or refrigeration? Let's help each other prepare better. Step 10. Master the art of blackout cooking. When the power goes out, your microwave and electric stove are officially out of commission. Unless you're ready to eat cold beans straight from the can, you'll need a solid plan for cooking during a blackout. But here's the catch. Cooking without power can be dangerous if you're not careful. Rule number 1, never cook indoors with outdoor equipment. Gas grills, charcoal grills, and camping stoves are fantastic tools, but they must be used outside in well-ventilated areas. Even a small amount of carbon monoxide buildup can be deadly. Now, let's talk gear. Propane camping stoves are reliable, portable, and easy to use. A single small propane canister can last for several meals, making it a great option for short-term outages. Butane burners are another excellent choice, especially for indoor use in well-ventilated spaces. If you're looking for something more eco-friendly, consider a rocket stove or solar oven. These options are not only sustainable, but also surprisingly effective. Got a fireplace? You're already halfway to a hot meal. Use it to cook simple dishes like soups or stews, and don't forget the s'mores for a little morale boost. When it comes to food, keep it simple. Focus on heat and eat options like canned soup, instant noodles, oatmeal, or even MREs, meals ready to eat if you're feeling adventurous. Make sure you have manual cooking tools on hand, such as a can opener, stirring spoon, and heat-resistant gloves. Don't forget about water. Cooking and cleaning can use up a surprising amount of water, so make sure you have extra on hand. A single pot of pasta, for example, can easily consume a gallon of water. Here's the bottom line. Blackouts aren't the time to experiment with gourmet recipes. Stick to simple, practical meals that require minimal effort and resources. Step 11. Stay ahead with reliable information. When the power goes out, confusion often takes over. Rumors spread like wildfire, and misinformation can be just as dangerous as the blackout itself. Whether it's a storm, a cyber attack, or a grid failure, staying informed is your first line of defense. Not just for your safety, but for your peace of mind. Here's the scenario. The lights go out, your phone battery is draining fast, and suddenly you're hearing from neighbors that the outage could last weeks. But without Wi-Fi, social media, or news updates, how do you separate fact from fiction? This is where preparation makes all the difference. Start with an emergency radio. A weather or public alert radio is a must-have. Look for models with multiple power options. Batteries, hand crank, or solar. These radios can pick up emergency broadcasts and weather updates even when cell towers are down. Make sure it's public alert certified so you're getting accurate, real-time information. Enable wireless emergency alerts. These are free notifications sent to your phone by government agencies. They provide critical updates on weather, evacuation orders, and safety instructions. However, they only work if your phone is charged and within range of an active cell tower. Sign up for utility outage alerts. Most power companies offer SMS or email notifications to keep you updated on restoration timelines, safety tips, and affected areas. These alerts can be a lifeline when you're trying to plan your next steps. Go old school with an AM/FM radio. It may seem outdated, but a battery-powered radio is one of the most reliable tools during a blackout. Unlike social media, it won't feed you conspiracy theories or unverified rumors. Write down key emergency contacts. In a world where we rely on Google for everything, having a physical list of important phone numbers is crucial. Include contacts for local police, utility companies, hospitals, and family members. When panic sets in, having clear, reliable information helps you make smarter decisions. It allows you to focus on what's real and ignore the noise. So, ask yourself, if the power went out right now, would you have a way to stay informed? Let us know in the comments. Have you ever been caught in a blackout with no information? What did you do, and what do you wish you'd had? Step 12. Prepare for evacuation and personal safety. Picture this. It's the middle of the night, the power's been out for hours, and your phone is barely holding on at 3%. The streets are pitch black, and you hear emergency sirens in the distance. Then, there's a knock at your door. What's your plan? While staying home is often the safest option during a blackout, there are situations, wildfires, floods, extreme weather, or civil unrest, where evacuation becomes necessary. And when that moment comes, the time to plan is already gone. That's why having a solid evacuation plan is non-negotiable. Start with a go bag. This isn't just for doomsday preppers, it's standard advice from emergency agencies like FEMA. Your go bag should include copies of IDs and important documents, first aid supplies and medications, flashlights and medication batteries, non-perishable snacks and bottled water, Hygiene items like wipes and hand sanitizer, cash in small bills, a phone charger, and a fully charged power bank. Keep your vehicle ready. During a blackout, gas stations may not be operational, and even if they are, long lines and chaos are likely. Never let your gas tank drop below half during high-risk seasons like summer heat waves or winter storms. Know your escape routes. Don't rely solely on GPS. It may not work if cell service is down. Keep a physical map of your area with at least 2 alternative routes. Major cities like Los Angeles and Houston have experienced gridlock during blackouts, so plan ahead to avoid getting stuck. Plan for your family and pets. Assign roles before an emergency strikes. Who's responsible for packing the car? Who's helping elderly relatives or young children? Don't forget supplies for your pets, including food, water, and carriers. The scariest moment in any blackout isn't when the lights go out, it's when you realize you have to leave and you're not ready. Be honest with yourself. If your area became unlivable for 48 hours, would you know what to do? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you have a go bag packed, or is it still on your to-do list? Step 13, recover, reflect, and restock. The power's back on, the fridge is humming, the Wi-Fi is reconnecting, and life feels like it's returning to normal. But don't relax just yet. This is the perfect time to get ahead and prepare for the next blackout. Start with a safety check. Before turning everything back on, inspect your appliances. Does anything smell burnt or sound unusual? If so, don't risk it. Call a professional. Check your fridge and freezer temperatures. If food has been above 40 DEGF for more than 4 hours, it's safest to throw it out. Inspect your home. Look for any tripped breakers, water leaks, or gas smells. Address these issues immediately to prevent further damage or danger. Reflect on your experience. What went well during the blackout? What didn't? Did your family know the plan? Did your gear perform as expected? Use this time to identify gaps in your preparedness and make a list of what needs improvement. Restock your supplies. Replace any items you used, from batteries to canned goods. Recharge all your power banks, radios, and other devices. This is also a good time to rotate your emergency food and water supplies to ensure they stay fresh. Update your plan. Every blackout is a learning experience. Use what you've learned to refine your emergency plan and make it even stronger. Blackouts don't just test your equipment, they test your mindset. The people who come out stronger are the ones who take the time to reflect and prepare for the next challenge. So when the lights come back on, don't just celebrate, take action. Let us know in the comments, what's the first thing you do when the power is restored? And what's one thing you'll do differently next time?